What's up, Longhorn fans? Brett Wyatt from the 41st Acre. I just wanted to make a quick video to add some of my thoughts, some of my reaction for Ben and Justin's video yesterday. As far as the game against ULM goes, shouldn't be an exciting one. Nothing to get overly excited for. Just watch the Tennessee OU game because this one should be over in the first quarter very easily. But it is a nice game, a nice little cleanup game. Give some of the younger guys and Arch some ample playing time, let them get comfortable in the system, and really just treat this game as an additional scrimmage to knock off any rust that some of these youngsters have and just give them more experience. Not expecting a lot as far as a competitive game goes. Um, some of the thoughts, Justin and Ben both think that this game is going to cover the spread. The Longhorns are going to cover the spread and hit the over on the points. I'm right there with them. This game feels like a shutout, very high scoring game. I'm going to go. My prediction is not going to include any field goals, and I'm going to say that we're going to score 63, but I think we could easily score 70, and I don't think we give up any points. I'm not even sure that ULM can cross the 50-yard line in this game, unless maybe penalties or something like that. But this is one of the worst teams in FBS versus the number one team, and we should treat them as such. Bold predictions for the game. One thing I noticed about the Longhorns defense, it's kind of interesting, is we have no forced fumbles as a team yet. And we've played some significant running teams, and ULM is similar in that nature. They like to run the ball. So my bold prediction for the game is that we're going to have two forced fumbles on Saturday. Look for Anthony Hill to put some big hit on somebody, or one of our edges to strip the ball as the running back's running by and get a couple of recoveries there. I think that would be really fun to see. Some of you may be thinking, hey, didn't Colston Loveland fumble in the Michigan game? Yeah, he fumbled, but we didn't get a forced fumble there. He bounced it off his own knee and gave it over to, I think, Jade Barron recovered that. So no forced fumbles yet. So I'm expecting two this Saturday to make up for that. Other bold predictions, I think Trey Owens gets his first touchdown pass. I think he's going to play extended time, probably majority of the second half, and Sark doesn't like to get off the skinny pedal. So I think we're going to keep passing the ball. And so I'm looking forward to seeing Trey Owens get his first touchdown pass. And then Ryan Niblett, I think he's the only wide receiver that's currently in the rotation that doesn't have a touchdown. So I'm thinking he's going to get his first touchdown. One person I was thinking about might be Juan Davis. He had a really good fall camp, and I'm looking for him to kind of explode on the scene. But sometimes Sark can keep some of our H-backs and tight ends under wraps until we get to a big game. So I feel like Juan Davis's breakout game is going to be either OU or Georgia when we need that little additional spark on offense. Reacting to some of the bold takes from my colleagues. So Justin, multi-sacks from Colin Simmons. That is an extremely bold prediction because I think this team ULM has dropped back on like a 5-step drop like twice this entire season. I think they've attempted one pass for over 20 yards. So if one player can have multi-sacks, I do agree that it could be Colin Simmons. That guy is twitchy as all get out. But the amount of opportunities that there are going to be for multi-sacks is going to be slim, maybe none. Also, Trey Moore. Wow. Justin, not a fan of Trey Moore. I disagree. I went back and I watched some film of Trey Moore. Trey Moore does not have a lot of stats. I'll give you that. In the UTSA game, I'm not sure UTSA ran the ball in his direction one time in the entire first 3 quarters of the game. They may have in the fourth quarter. I didn't watch much of that. And it seems like Sark and Kwiatkowski are putting Colin Simmons and Ethan Burke and the likes of those guys in on most passing downs because anytime that UTSA was dropping back, it seemed like we had Colin Simmons rushing the quarterback at that point in time. Trey Moore was in on very few dropbacks, and on ones they were quick dump offs. So I'm not counting Trey Moore out yet. He's an anchor in the run game. You can see he's a stalwart there. He doesn't let those offensive tackles, whereas Colin Simmons, he's still a young guy. The offensive tackles on any run play, push him back 3 or 4 yards. It is truly his twitch and athleticism that gets him around those guys to make the play on the ball. So I still think he has some weight to put on, some experience to gather. I'm not writing off Trey Moore yet and replacing him with Colin Simmons yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Looking forward to the game, another cleanup game before we get into SEC play. No rush on Quinn getting back. Don't want to get him hurt. I would be perfectly fine with him sitting out through the bye week and getting ready for OU Georgia. We know he's not going to miss OU. That's going to be his last OU game for his career, and certainly not going to miss Georgia. So getting him as healthy as possible for those 2 games is important, and treat ULM like ULM deserves to be treated. And just go ahead and close this one out in the first quarter. Hook 'em.